Here are 2 simple ways to get rid of a third-party situation between you and your specific person. And I would stay to watch this entire video because I'm going to be dropping golden nuggets and you don't want to miss any of it. And I have something very special at the end just for you. So the first thing that you can do is just decide that this third party doesn't even exist. And I'm going to show you in just a moment exactly how you can do this because I've done this before. And I've manifested a lot of specific people in my life, throughout my life, even before I became a conscious creator. So if you were the version of you who was in a loving, committed relationship with your specific person, and your specific person is loyal to you, they're obsessed with you, they're in love with you, there is no other third party getting in the way of that, right? They don't exist. So you're ignoring this third party because they're not there. They don't even exist. They're not even relevant to you and your SP's relationship. So I'm going to give you a perfect example of this, of something that's happened to me and how I did this. And it's also going to lead into my second point and the second way of how to manifest or basically delete a third party from you and your relationship with your SP. Okay, so years ago, there was this guy that I was kind of seeing, and he ended up working at this place that I would go to a lot. Okay, and without giving you too much detail, because it doesn't really matter like where the place was, blah blah blah, it's just some context. So I was like, oh, okay, well, what a coincidence, like my manifestation is working because we had known each other for years, but then I just decided, you know what, I want to actually start dating him because we started hanging out, and I was like, I like him. And so what had happened is this third party girl started working at this place where he worked and where I was at, like on a regular basis. And I started getting worried because I was like, oh my gosh, like she's really pretty, like I think she might be his type, blah blah blah. And I would see them talking, right? And then I would get so scared, like I started having all these fears, like oh my god, what if he ends up wanting to date her and he doesn't like me anymore, and like that's his type and he's gonna like her more than me, and blah 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 blah. So I would get so anxious and make up all these worst case scenarios in my mind, and then I was like, hold up, wait a minute, this is not happening right now. This is just all my old fears being reflected back to me. And I'm making it mean in my head that this is a third party when it's not. Okay, so I just decided, like, she's not a third party. She's just a girl that works here. And she's already in a loving, committed relationship. So she would never even look at him that way. So I decided to just change the story, and I acted like she didn't even exist. Like, she didn't exist in the sense of, like, she wasn't a third party. Because she wasn't, and there was nothing for me to even worry about. I was creating those negative assumptions and worries in my mind previously, until I decided that the third party didn't exist, and I changed the story. That's the second part of this. This is how you manifest away a third party, is through changing the story. So I just decided that she just doesn't work there anymore. Like she ended up getting a better job somewhere else, far away, and they don't even talk. And literally, not even a month later of me just sticking to that story and deciding like she doesn't even exist, guess what happened? She stopped working there. Oh, and yes, we did end up dating. I forgot to add that part. Her and her boyfriend moved away. So this is what I mean by doing these 2 practices, and that you are the creator of your own reality. So you get to decide how the story plays out, what the story is, and you can just decide that this third party doesn't exist, because they don't, unless you continue to perpetuate the story that they do. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Because if you were the version of you who is given princess treatment, who is in a loving, committed relationship, they wouldn't even exist. They would just be non-factor. You are the best and only option. Okay? And if you want to make quantum leaps in your love life with your SP, manifest princess treatment and a loving, committed relationship with your specific person, then head to the link in my bio, because I created a princess treatment from your specific person manifestation bundle, and it has an affirmation sleep track and a self-talk rampage in the bundle that you listen to on a daily basis. And this is going to help reprogram your subconscious mind so you can be the version of you who is in a loving, committed relationship, who's always chosen, who's always prioritized. Because remember, when it comes to manifestation, we never manifest what we want, we manifest who we are being, right? So the more that you can be that version of you, who is with your SP, who is always given princess treatment and prioritized and chosen, etc., then it has to manifest. It is law.